Le estaba cortando ahora me dice, ¿ahorita cómo le quedó? Digo, sí, o sea, que no quiere.
Possible substitució amb el 13 Neto, amb el 4 Ivan Rakitic, amb el 5 Sergio, amb el 9 Luis Suárez, amb el 11 Ousmane Dembélé, amb el 15 Lemble i amb el 20... Sí senyor, així celebrem els gols a la graderia del Camp Nou. Vinga va, que en volem una mica més encara. Qui més? Vinga, aquest senyor de la bufanda. With your arms, ok.
Afternoon actually have a superior goal difference to Barca now, plus 16 for Zinedine Zidane's men, plus 15 for Barca.
Need, I wouldn't imagine, for a holding midfield player for Barcelona, so lots of players in the attacking half of the pitch for Valverde's team and for Celta Vigo.
But not tonight, because he is back in midfield, albeit not perhaps his most natural position as the pivot. We have seen a little bit in the early weeks of this season as Messi combined nearly cost them their place in the top flight. He was able to return at the end of the season to perform his hero act. Yeah. But he'll want to have a better outcome than that day last December.
So it will be the art of confusion from Lionel Messi. As I said, he's an intelligent player as well, and he'll find space.
As he tries to here, combining with Arthur. And now Junior Firpo, back to Arthur. Messi wants the short pass, gets it, slides it into the penalty area, but can Barca now try to build something with a bit more pace? Messi trying to do that with a direct ball through the middle. Now Messi sparking into life towards the penalty area. Over to Junior Firpo, now Arthur to Messi, immediately dispossessed. Sergio Roberto playing the 1-2 after winning it back. Messi pouncing, Messi shooting, and Ruben Blanco saving the first effort. Sergio Roberto here winning it and driving through, and I think that's one of the reasons, if not the main reason, why Valverde loves playing him in midfield, because he's got that dynamic burst, perhaps more.
Disastrous start to his Barcelona career with the mistake in the opening minutes of the game against Granada, and it was a dreadful evening for him. But by and large, we've seen him play for Real Betis. Barcelona have possession in the attacking half, and I think it takes a lot of concentration, a lot of effort from any team to come to the Camp Nou and to play a defensive system where you...
Celta, or maybe the heart, if Iago Aspas is the soul, the two of them together do so, or maybe player of his more advanced age thinks, just in case, I better keep myself stretched.
Yeah, he's only 31, and I'm hearing a lot of people saying he's minutes into the game. Maybe a tired challenge from a player racing to the byline and not thinking straight. His arm was raised, it hits it, and I think clearly it's a handball offence in the penalty area, therefore it has to be a penalty.
Yeah, clear penalty for me. And if FIFA ever put together a video of what not to do with the new hand was warming up, is precisely that. So Sergio Roberto will go back to right back. He just can't get a game in midfield, and Busquets into the midfield. So now Lionel Messi from the penalty spot rolls it in, calm as you like. And Barcelona are in front. Lionel Messi with his 6th goal of the season. a very confident and comfortably taken penalty. Barca lead, Terry Gibson.
Well, he's become the master of long-range set pieces. He's not always been the master of scoring goals from the penalty spot, but it's becoming more routine now that Lionel Messi does exactly accomplish that, and he makes no mistake from the penalty spot on this occasion, playing the captain's role there, just talking through Sergio Roberto's change of position. He makes that look relatively easy. The goalkeeper goes early. Messi just strokes it, of course, left-footed into the opposite corner. It's been nip and tuck. It's been a close game so far. Barcelona has certainly been fortunate the way that Celta Vigo conceded the penalty, but Messi makes no mistake in putting Barcelona ahead.
And Pete Jensen, you mentioned earlier from your pitch side view that the atmosphere was flat. That must have lifted things a little, Barcelona.
You would take him off just over the 21-minute mark because he was having an absolute nightmare. That was far from the case. So it must be hopefully a precautionary.
Yeah, knowing that
issue.
the international break is coming up and give him a couple of weeks to clear it. And here's Messi finding André ter Stegen, now doing the same with Ansu Fati.
And he was right on that occasion. He was 5 or 6 metres away from it.
Returns it to Busquets. Just past the half-hour mark. They have got the foundations now. As the referee gets in Arthur's way, but it falls kindly for Messi to shoot. And almost an inadvertent assist of sorts from the referee. Get Arthur out of the way. Let me
time getting his shot away.
And here is Messi stabbing it through, looking for the run-off. There's something to note down. Leave them all out. Here's Messi operating from deep. Arthur evades Aidoo and drives towards goal, and Arthur picks up the half clearance. Still the Brazilian gets to the byline. I think that's gone out, and it's not going to stand. The ball had just gone out before Arthur pulled it back, and Messi had a tap in. The referee's checking.
I'm not sure. I mean, I would like to say with the naked eye it's gone out, so thankfully the whole of the ball has to go out, and it does.
It does.
Yep.
Good call by the linesman, and a bit of relief for Ruben Blanco because the ball went through his legs.
Yep, the ball is out. It's amazing now when you talk about the ball, the whole of the ball has to go over the line, and we see how far most of the ball is over the line sometimes. It just has to be.
For once, for Barca now, for Busquets, for Roberto to drive forward, finds Messi, right corner of the box. Leo Messi, Ansu Fati trying to turn, might come back to Messi, who nearly nipped it away from Aidoo there. And Busquets, nice pass to Messi. Arthur now, Junior Firpo coming on the overlap. Messi has it now. It's 4-on-3 briefly, and look who gets back to win it back, but illegally so according to the referee. Messi felt he got the ball. The referee didn't, and has booked him. Lionel Messi becomes the second Barcelona player in the notebook alongside Samuel Umtiti. And what do you think of this, Terry? Firstly, unusual to see Messi robbed, then slightly unusual to see him track back 50 yards.
Well, I think in general, when he feels that he has responsibility, if his team are on the attack, he gives the ball away, and there's a counter-attack from the other team. You can see there he clearly gets the ball. So it doesn't really surprise me that Messi makes that run back and track back, but you could see it was always going to be a problem if he tried to win the ball from that position. And then again, to see how much of a foul it really was from Lionel Messi.
I'm sure if it means anything by the end of the game, that decision is going to be analysed and reanalysed as the players prepare to come out. We see again Lionel Messi's penalty. He saw that the goalkeeper Ruben Blanco was just moving to his right as he looked at him, so he rolled it the other way, and that was before. He's okay. Well, it's almost as good a chance as the penalty, I'd say, this. The way he takes a set piece these days. 1 minute added, we're deep into that. There'll probably be a few more seconds allowed by the referee. As Messi, can he restore Barcelona's advantage with the free kick? He can, you know, because he's Lionel Messi. He can do whatever he wants. What a goal! Unbelievable strike from Lionel Messi. Luka Thalassa, anything you can do, I can do a lot better.
I think, well, they both count the same. They're both spectacular goals, but this is possibly just a shade better. But I was going to, and I'm glad I didn't make the point that more often than not, Messi likes a couple of attempts prior to teeing himself up to do the real thing.
To find his range.
Yeah, and I'm glad I didn't say it. And I'm just going to make that point that this might be the first of 2 or 3 attempts from Messi, but he finds the side netting with his first attempt of the evening.
Yeah,
it's a brilliant strike because it has the pace to beat the goalkeeper, who's guessing that it might be going that way. He's going to clip it over the top of the wall, but it has to be inch perfect in terms of accuracy. The power has to be there, the speed to beat the full-length dive of Ruben Blanco.
So 2 goals from Lionel Messi, a penalty and a free kick as the half-time whistle blows have undone Celta Vigo so far. It's tough on the visiting team who've competed well and were
in front. And there was a look from Dembele across back at the Barcelona bench as if to say, well, shall I still warm up? Shall I continue warming up? And as you've asked, did he warm up through the break? He did warm up through the break, so no surprise to see him come on and start the second half.
And really little, which is perfectly excusable at the age of 17, just by a week or so. And Dembele with the opportunity now. How many times have we said it for him to really kickstart his Barcelona career? Of course, Luis Suarez could.
Real rush at the moment. I think when you look at the game in general, they haven't conceded too many chances from open play, if any, against Barcelona. A couple of attempts from Messi outside the penalty area that were comfortably dealt with, but
through to De Jong.
Top of the crossbar, the top of the post. And then again, brilliant play from Barcelona to work the way through that packed defence. And
Busquets and De Jong and Griezmann combining to win the free kick. And this is a gimme, isn't it? Of course he's going to score. Messi on a hat-trick. And Messi completes his hat-trick. Would you believe it? It is just too easy for this man. Give him a free kick, he will score. How can you explain Lionel Messi's ability? Unbelievable, unbelievable.
Well, you know, it's something he's worked on over the last few seasons, and now it is absolutely outrageous because the goalkeeper, Ruben Blanco, it's a replica of the first free kick goal, his second goal of the night. Now he's got the hat-trick, but it's a replica. So if you're a goalkeeper, you're thinking there, you're sitting behind the wall and you think, is he going to go? He can't do the same again, surely. Surely he's going to go the opposite side. He can't repeat. And this is identical. We're seeing a replay of the first free kick goal that he scored. It's just it's the other end of the pitch. It's sensational football, and we keep saying it about Messi. We find something new all the time. 1 free kick is outrageous enough. 2 identical free kicks in the same game. It's astonishing.
He just renders the goalkeeper meaningless. There's no point a goalkeeper being there because they're not going to get anywhere near it.
Well, I'm wondering now if the squad that isn't as strong as it possibly should be.
Celta Vigo are sending the substitutes out to warm up now. Bryce Mendes and Denis Suarez among them. Not
so far in this game, they've been undone by a penalty and 2 absolute worldy free kicks from Lionel Messi, so it's not a lot more you can do.
Here he goes again, Lionel Messi trying to pick a pass out this.
So I'd be highly surprised if Barcelona are winning it comfortably that he will be used, although he will be pestered.
Had so many injury problems over the last year and a half, but can be, or was before his injury, one of the best defenders in the world.
Oh yeah, World Cup winner, and his performances for Barcelona, success or failure this season. So the dilemma...
Or attacking. Tries to flick it through for Messi, who controls, back to goal, Aidu hounding him. Now Griezmann. Laid off for Junior Firpo as well. Hoping he gets a chance to play against his Barca seeming. Obviously, they're happy with a 2-goal cushion, and Celta just sort of
taken on the attempt, but the cutback was on if Griezmann wanted it.
Now Messi looking for the pass into the box that just 2. He's given it away, though, to Lionel Messi. You don't want to do that. Messi to Griezmann. Clear chance. Good save. Ruben Blanco prevents Antoine Griezmann from getting his name on the score sheet, and we could see the frustration in Griezmann's face.
Well, the criticism has been levelled at the pass to each other, but they do on this occasion. I've noticed it more frequently in the second half. And I must admit, I was almost expecting Griezmann to cut it back to Lionel Messi.
He was there for it, wasn't he?
Yeah, Messi goes, I mean, 9 times out of 10, most of it, any touches of the ball.
Nice flick from Griezmann to find De Jong. Messi out to... Here's Busquets, Messi, Dembélé, Busquets went the other. And we see again Messi trying to clip it through from that previous possession. Ernesto Valverde, I'm not sure exactly what he's quite so frustrated about now. Which free kick is this exactly? It's difficult to tell. Is this the second or the third goal for Barca? I think that was the one in the second half. But so many options, Barca, with their positions of the forward 3 or 2, depending on how many and who are playing. See again, Messi stroking it, like caressing it.
It is ridiculous now, the amount of goals he's doing it on a regular basis, and it will put fear into the defenders if there isn't already fear there with a offensive player. I think if you have to resort to bringing down people, but it's something that players have to, in the heat of the moment. They're in 4 defeats, consecutive defeats, only 2 wins all season, only 6 goals scored prior to...
Nice one. And Ansu Fati, of course, he wouldn't come into the equation as a starter if everyone...
Messi and Griezmann, Dembele, because there will be some that will criticise his performance tonight, and that's harsh on a 17-year-old.
Here's Messi winning the ball back, edge of the area, and still Lionel Messi. Now he feeds Antoine Griezmann, who gives it back to Messi. Didn't want to take on the shot on his right foot, goes down, and there's a half-hearted penalty appeal, you would think, as Dembélé runs down the right now. Messi sprinting into the box, and he'll get onto this, will he? Not quite. Good vision from Dembélé to see that Messi was making that burst towards goal, and the thumbs up from the captain, who was just from connecting.
Look at the movement here. It's Lobotka who's closest to him. He can't stay with him in terms of pace. Edu doesn't even know that Messi's arriving. Dembele knows that his teammate is on the move, and I'm struggling to see how actually Messi doesn't make contact with it, but that dynamic change of pace shows his desire, his hunger, that commitment to score goals. There we see him winning possession back again, looking to take defenders on, and on that occasion Griezmann did supply him with a return pass. I think it's Hugo Mayo in the end.
Yeah, he got praised, which he slapped as he sort of walked past the bench, but he did cut a sort of forlorn figure as he walked off. I think Terry's right, he hasn't quite started his Barcelona career as he would have wanted to. Dembele's immediately gone out on the left and Suarez through the middle, and Suarez' warm-up, by the way, was so intense, far more intense than that of the Celta Vigo players warming up. You knew that he was...
Bring me on, even if the coach hadn't already decided it. Here's Messi, slides a pass through, looking for Dembele. Made 71 appearances for the club as the free kick is taken short to Sergio Roberto. Poor cross, and behind for the goal kick. Yes, Terry, 71 games for Denis Suarez in the 2016-17 season. This was a stat that surprised me. He played 26 league games out of the 38, 2/3 of the games for Denis Suarez for Barca. As we see another view of the Griezmann chance earlier on that he couldn't take.
Yeah, I think possibly there Griezmann, he would probably helped him as a number of clubs that he's been at, and he's still relatively young at 25.
Here's Messi finding Suarez. Luis Suarez looks for his partner in crime and finds Lionel Messi. Slides it through to one, easily cleared by Suarez, who now leads the counter-attack after receiving the ball back from Arthur. Messi lays it off for De Jong, showing his ability to run with the ball. And now here's someone else who can do that, Dembele.
Surprising and a gutsy looking performance for a team that's struggling to win a game.
Here's Messi as we move into stoppage time. Messi can release Dembele. Terry, a quick word on them as well. Oscar Garcia certainly won't be disheartened by what he's seen today.
No, this result against Barcelona isn't going to define the season of Celta Vigo. It was a promising start to the game, but they couldn't maintain that throughout the 90 minutes.
And there we are then, Barcelona with Lionel Messi getting the hat-trick, winning the game again. Barca 4, Celta Vigo 1. So an excellent night for Lionel Messi. Yet another hat-trick for the collection. 8 goals for the season now. And Barcelona heading into the international break on a high. And who is the king of the match? Who do you think it is? It's the king, Lionel Messi. with his hat-trick. Plenty to work with for Oscar Garcia as he goes round with this victory. And it's a result that means Barca will surpass a full year without